There is a seed of greatness within you, placed there by God before you were even born. You were not an accident, not a mistake, but a divine intention with a purpose to fulfill on this earth. Too many people walk through life without ever realizing their true potential, trapped by fear, limited by circumstances, and held back by the opinions of others. But the truth is, you were designed to succeed, created to lead, and destined to make an impact. The key to unlocking your God-given destiny is understanding that purpose is not something you create. It is something you discover. It is already within you, waiting to be revealed. Everything in life has a reason for existing. A bird was made to fly, a fish was made to swim, and you were made to fulfill a specific assignment. When you step into that assignment, you will find fulfillment, peace, and true success. But if you ignore it, life will always feel like something is missing, no matter how much you achieve. Your destiny is connected to what you were designed to do. Look within yourself. What ignites your passion? What burdens your heart? What problems do you feel called to solve? These are not coincidences. They are clues to your purpose. You were never meant to chase after success. You were meant to chase after purpose. And when you do, success will follow you. The wealthiest place on earth is not the oil fields of the Middle East or the diamond mines of Africa. It is the graveyard, filled with unfulfilled dreams, unwritten books, and undiscovered inventions. Do not let your gifts die with you. The world is waiting for what God has placed inside you. Before you were born, there was already a reason for your existence. Your life is not a mistake, and your presence on this earth is not random. Everything that has been created serves a specific purpose, from the smallest insect to the vast universe. The same is true for you. The problem many people face is that they spend their lives trying to create an identity or a sense of purpose rather than discovering the one that has already been placed inside them. Purpose is not something you manufacture. It is something you uncover. It is already within you, waiting to be realized. A bird does not need to be taught to fly. It is born with the ability, and at the right time it spreads its wings and soars. A fish does not go to school to learn how to swim. The moment it is born, it moves effortlessly through the water. Every creation has an inborn function, and when it operates in that function, it thrives. The same principle applies to you. Your purpose is encoded in you. It is not something external that you must search for in distant places. It is within, waiting for recognition. One of the greatest mistakes people make is looking to society, culture, or others to define their purpose. The world may try to tell you who you should be, what you should do, and how you should live. But no one else can determine your purpose because they did not create you. Only the one who designed you knows your true potential and why you were placed here. This is why comparison is dangerous. The moment you start measuring yourself against others, you risk walking away from what you were uniquely designed to do. A lion does not compare itself to a shark because they were created for different environments. A tree does not envy a bird because they have distinct roles. You were never meant to be like anyone else. And the more you embrace your uniqueness, the clearer your purpose becomes. People often spend years chasing things that do not align with their true calling, only to find themselves unfulfilled. They pursue careers based on financial gain rather than passion, follow trends instead of their own instincts, and conform to expectations rather than listening to the voice within. No amount of money, fame, or success can replace the sense of fulfillment that comes from living in alignment with your true purpose. Many achieve what the world calls success, yet they feel empty because they are not functioning in the way they were designed to. The process of discovering purpose requires self-awareness, reflection, and sometimes unlearning what you have been conditioned to believe about yourself. It demands that you strip away the labels that have been placed on you by society, family, or even past experiences. Purpose is not determined by external circumstances. It is not limited by where you were born, the challenges you have faced, or the mistakes you have made. It exists beyond limitations, waiting for you to acknowledge it. Every ability, talent, and passion you possess is a clue to your purpose. Nothing about you is accidental. The things that come naturally to you, the problems that stir your heart, the ideas that ignite your mind, all of these are signals guiding you toward what you were meant to do. The challenge is that many people ignore these signals, dismissing their gifts as insignificant or impractical. They allow fear, doubt, and external pressures to push them away from their natural path. Purpose does not need validation from others. It does not require the approval of the world. It only requires recognition and the courage to embrace it. The moment you stop searching for purpose outside of yourself and start looking within, you begin to unlock the life you were always meant to live. Deep within every person lies a unique set of passions, interests, and burdens that serve as signposts pointing toward their true calling. These are not random. They are divinely placed indicators that reveal purpose. The things that stir the heart, the problems that create a sense of urgency, and the desires that bring joy are all clues leading to the discovery of one's assignment in life. Too often, people overlook these signals, dismissing them as mere emotions or fleeting thoughts, yet they hold the key to unlocking destiny. Passion is not just a feeling, it is a driving force. It is the energy that compels a person to act, create, and pursue something with intensity. It is the fire that refuses to be extinguished, the thing that cannot be ignored. Some are passionate about teaching, others about building, creating, or solving problems. Some feel deeply connected to helping others, while others find joy in inventing, writing, or leading. These passions are not accidental. They are strategic placements designed to guide a person toward what they were created to do. The things that naturally bring excitement and fulfillment are clues to a greater purpose. Just as passion is a signpost, so is burden. A burden is the weight a person feels when confronted with a particular issue or problem. It is the deep concern that will not fade, the strong conviction that something must be changed or improved. Some feel a burden for the poor, for children without families, for justice, for innovation, or for spreading knowledge. Others feel burdened to see lives transformed, communities restored, or systems improved. These burdens are not there by accident. They are assignments waiting to be embraced. Throughout history, those who changed the world were often those who followed their passion and responded to their burden. They did not ignore what stirred their hearts, nor did they wait for someone else to take action. They allowed their passion to fuel them and their burden to drive them. When a person begins to pay attention to what excites them and what burdens them, they step closer to understanding their purpose. One of the reasons many people feel lost is because they silence their passions and ignore their burdens. They conform to what society expects, follow paths dictated by others, or suppress their true interests in exchange for security and approval. They believe that passion alone cannot lead to success, or that burden alone is not enough to create change. Yet history proves otherwise. The most impactful individuals were not necessarily the most skilled, the wealthiest, or the most educated. They were the ones who followed what was placed inside them, regardless of obstacles. Passions and burdens are not just personal. They are often linked to service. The things that excite a person and the problems that weigh heavily on their heart are usually connected to how they can impact others. A teacher passionate about education changes lives. An inventor burdened by inefficiency creates solutions. A leader passionate about justice transforms systems. True purpose is never self-centered. It always benefits others. Recognizing passion and burden requires attentiveness. It means paying attention to what consistently ignites enthusiasm and what repeatedly causes frustration. It means looking at what comes naturally, what cannot be ignored, and what remains in the heart despite challenges. Too many people believe purpose is hidden in complicated places, yet it is often revealed in the things they feel drawn to and the problems they feel compelled to solve. When a person identifies their passion and burden, they gain direction. They no longer wander aimlessly, questioning their place in the world. They begin to understand that they were uniquely designed for a reason, with specific desires and concerns that align with their greater calling. They no longer see their interests as insignificant or their burdens as unnecessary. Instead, they recognize them as essential keys to fulfilling their purpose. Fear is one of the greatest barriers to fulfilling purpose and unlocking destiny. It is a silent force that paralyzes potential, holds back dreams, and convinces people to settle for less than they were created for. Fear comes in many forms: fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of uncertainty, and even fear of success. It whispers doubts, magnifies obstacles, and keeps people trapped in cycles of hesitation. Those who allow fear to dictate their choices never fully step into the greatness placed inside them. The fear of failure is one of the most common reasons people do not pursue their purpose. The thought of trying and not succeeding is enough to make many abandon their dreams before they even begin. But failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of the process. Every great leader, innovator, and achiever has encountered failure, yet they refuse to let it define them. Failure is not meant to stop progress. It is meant to teach, refine, and strengthen. Those who fear failure often remain stuck in comfort zones, never realizing that the greatest risk is not trying at all. Another powerful fear is the fear of rejection. Many are afraid to step out because they worry about what others will think. They fear criticism, judgment, and the possibility of being misunderstood. This fear causes people to seek approval rather than purpose, leading them to conform instead of standing out. But true purpose is never about pleasing people. It is about fulfilling a divine assignment. The most impactful individuals in history were not always accepted or celebrated in their time. They faced opposition, doubt, and resistance. Yet they pressed forward because they knew their purpose was greater than public opinion. Uncertainty is another fear that keeps people from moving forward. Many hesitate to pursue their calling because they cannot see the full picture. They want guarantees, clarity, and assurance before taking the first step. But purpose does not unfold all at once. It is revealed through movement. Just as a lamp lights only a few steps ahead in the dark, purpose is uncovered as action is taken. Waiting for every detail to be clear before starting often results in never starting at all. Those who overcome this fear understand that clarity comes through obedience, not before it. Some even fear success itself. The responsibility that comes with fulfilling purpose can feel overwhelming. The thought of increased expectations, greater accountability, and the pressure to maintain success causes some to shrink back. They question whether they are truly capable, whether they are worthy, or whether they will be able to handle the challenges that come with growth. This fear causes people to sabotage their own progress, delaying or downplaying opportunities. But success is not meant to be feared, it is meant to be stewarded. Purpose comes with provision, and those who walk in it are given the strength and wisdom needed for every new level. Fear often disguises itself as logic, convincing people to stay where it is safe. It presents excuses, rationalizations, and seemingly reasonable justifications for not stepping out. It makes risks seem too high, challenges too big, and abilities too small. But fear is a liar. It exaggerates the negative and minimizes the possibilities. Those who recognize this begin to see fear not as a stop sign, but as a test, one that must be faced and conquered in order to move forward. The difference between those who fulfill their purpose and those who do not is not the absence of fear, but the decision to move forward in spite of it. Courage is not the elimination of fear, but the refusal to let it control decisions. The greatest breakthroughs happen when fear is confronted and pushed through. Every step taken in faith weakens fear's grip, making room for confidence, growth, and the fulfillment of destiny. Many people spend their lives chasing after success, believing that once they achieve wealth, status, or recognition, they will find fulfillment. They pursue careers that promise financial security, follow paths dictated by society, and measure their worth by external achievements. Yet despite reaching their goals, many still feel empty, restless, and unsatisfied. This is because success in itself is not the ultimate goal. Purpose is. True fulfillment does not come from material accomplishments, but from aligning one's life with the reason they were created. Purpose is the foundation upon which lasting success is built. When a person discovers why they were created and begins to walk in that calling, success follows naturally. It is not something that must be forced or manipulated. It is the result of living in alignment with one's true identity. Those who operate in their purpose experience a deep sense of joy, passion, and motivation because they are doing what they were designed to do. Their work does not feel like a burden, and their efforts are not driven by the need for validation or approval. Instead, they are fueled by a sense of mission and responsibility to fulfill what has been placed inside them. Many people make the mistake of defining success by external measures alone. They look at wealth, power, and status as proof of achievement. But history is filled with individuals who had everything society called success, yet felt lost, depressed, or unfulfilled. Some reached the pinnacle of their careers, accumulated vast fortunes, or became famous, only to realize that none of it brought lasting satisfaction. This is because success without purpose is empty. When a person is not operating in their true calling, no amount of external achievement can fill the void inside them. On the other hand, those who live according to their purpose often find that success comes as a byproduct. They do not chase after money, yet they find provision. They do not seek recognition, yet their work gains influence. They are not driven by the need to compete, yet they rise to positions of impact. Purpose has a way of attracting the right opportunities, resources, and people. When a person is doing what they were created to do, doors open that no one else can close, and favor follows them in ways they could never have orchestrated on their own. This does not mean that living in purpose is without challenges. There will be obstacles, setbacks, and moments of doubt. But the difference between those who pursue success alone and those who pursue purpose is endurance. When a person is chasing money, status, or approval, they can easily give up when difficulties arise. But when they are walking in purpose, challenges do not discourage them, they strengthen them. They see every hardship as part of the journey, every failure as a lesson, and every obstacle as an opportunity to grow. They do not quit because their motivation is deeper than external rewards. It is rooted in their identity and calling. The pursuit of purpose also brings clarity. Many people struggle with direction, unsure of what steps to take or which opportunities to pursue. But when a person focuses on purpose rather than chasing success, decisions become easier. They do not waste time on things that do not align with their calling, and they are not easily distracted by temporary pleasures or meaningless pursuits. They have a clear sense of direction, a vision for their lives, and a deep conviction that guides their choices. True success is not measured by how much is accumulated, but by how much impact is made. It is not about personal gain, but about contribution. Those who live in purpose understand that their gifts, talents, and opportunities are not just for themselves, but for the benefit of others. They find joy in serving, fulfillment in making a difference, and legacy in leaving something greater than themselves. Every person is uniquely designed with a specific combination of gifts, talents, and experiences that set them apart from anyone else. No two individuals are exactly the same, and this is not a coincidence, but a deliberate act of divine design. The way a person thinks, the skills they possess, the passions they carry, and even the challenges they have faced all contribute to the fulfillment of their purpose. Recognizing this uniqueness is essential to stepping into destiny, because purpose is not about imitation, but about authenticity. One of the greatest mistakes people make is trying to fit into molds that were never meant for them. Society often pressures individuals to conform, to follow trends, and to pursue paths that seem acceptable or successful in the eyes of others. This leads many to ignore their natural strengths and desires, forcing themselves into roles that do not align with who they truly are. They try to be like someone else, chase the success of others, or compare themselves to those around them, never realizing that their uniqueness is their greatest advantage. Everything that has been placed inside a person serves a purpose. The things that come naturally, the ideas that flow effortlessly, the skills that require little effort, these are indicators of what a person is meant to do. Yet many dismiss these gifts, believing they are too ordinary or insignificant. They admire the abilities of others while underestimating their own, not realizing that what seems simple to them is extraordinary to someone else. The moment a person embraces their unique design, they unlock doors that were meant only for them. Even the challenges and struggles a person faces are part of their unique path. The difficulties endured, the obstacles overcome, and the lessons learned all contribute to shaping a person for their assignment. No experience is wasted. Every triumph and every pain serves a purpose. Those who have faced rejection often develop resilience. Those who have known struggle often gain wisdom. Those who have endured hardship often find themselves equipped to help others navigate similar challenges. Purpose is not just found in strengths, but also in struggles, for even pain can be transformed into power when it is understood as preparation. One of the clearest signs of purpose is the problems a person is drawn to solve. Everyone is naturally pulled towards certain issues, whether in business, education, leadership, creativity, or service. Some are passionate about healing, others about teaching, some about building, and others about innovating. These passions are not random, they are connected to destiny. When a person recognizes what they are consistently drawn to and what problems they feel responsible for solving, they begin to see the direction of their purpose. Fear and doubt often cause people to shrink back from their uniqueness. Many hesitate to step into their calling because they fear they are not qualified, talented enough, or capable of making a difference. They compare themselves to those who have gone before them and assume they lack what it takes. But purpose is not about being the best. It is about being authentic. The world does not need another copy. It needs what only one individual can offer. The moment a person stops doubting their design and starts walking in confidence, they begin to unlock their full potential. Success is not about following the same path as others, but about carving out the path that was uniquely designed for an individual. No one else has the same voice, perspective, or ability to impact the world in the exact same way. Embracing this truth allows a person to move forward without hesitation, without seeking permission, and without the need for validation. The world is waiting for what has been placed inside every individual, and only those who recognize and embrace their uniqueness will truly make the impact they were created for. Many people delay stepping into their purpose because they believe they need more time, more resources, or more certainty before they begin. They wait for the perfect moment, the ideal circumstances, or a sign that confirms they are ready. But waiting indefinitely only leads to missed opportunities and unfulfilled potential. Purpose is not something to be postponed, it is something to be pursued now. The longer a person waits, the harder it becomes to take action. Destiny is unlocked through movement, and movement requires a decision to start. One of the greatest deceptions is the belief that time is unlimited. People assume they have years ahead of them to figure things out, to prepare, or to wait for things to align perfectly. But time is the one resource that cannot be recovered once it is lost. Every day spent hesitating is a day that could have been used to grow, to build, and to make an impact. Those who understand the value of time do not waste it waiting for conditions to be ideal. They take steps forward even when things are uncertain, because they know that progress is made through action, not waiting. Many people struggle with doubt, questioning whether they are truly qualified or capable of walking in their purpose. They feel they need more education, more experience, or more recognition before they begin. But purpose is not reserved for the most talented or the most prepared. It is for those who are willing to take action despite their uncertainties. No one starts fully equipped. Growth happens in the process. Clarity comes through action. Those who succeed are not the ones who had everything figured out in advance, but the ones who stepped forward with what they had and trusted the journey to shape them along the way. Fear often keeps people stuck, convincing them that they might fail, that they might be rejected, or that they might make mistakes. But doing nothing is the greatest failure of all. Every successful person has faced setbacks, obstacles, and moments of doubt. But they move forward anyway. The only way to grow is to step outside of comfort zones, to take risks, and to embrace the unknown. Those who wait for fear to disappear before they act will never move, because fear never completely goes away. It is overcome by taking action despite it. The pursuit of purpose requires faith. It requires believing in the unseen, trusting in the process, and knowing that every step forward brings greater clarity. Many people wait until they have all the answers before they begin, but purpose does not work that way. Just as a seed does not become a tree overnight, purpose unfolds gradually. Each step taken reveals the next. Those who step out in faith find that doors begin to open, resources begin to appear, and the right connections come into place. But none of this happens until they take the first step. Excuses rob people of their destiny. Some blame their circumstances, their background, or their lack of resources as reasons for not moving forward. But history is filled with people who started with nothing and still made a significant impact. The difference between those who succeed and those who do not is not their starting point, but their decision to begin. Those who refuse to make excuses find ways to move forward, even when the odds seem stacked against them. They use what they have where they are and trust that more will come as they move forward. Every person has an assignment that only they can fulfill. No one else can accomplish it in the same way. The longer a person waits, the more opportunities are missed. There is no perfect moment, no ideal time, no guaranteed path. The only way to fulfill destiny is to start now with what is available and trust that everything else will fall into place along the way. Destiny is not something waiting in the distant future. It is something that must be pursued with intentionality, faith, and action. Every person is born with a unique purpose, equipped with passion, burdened by specific concerns, and gifted with talents that align with their divine assignment. Fear, doubt, and hesitation may try to delay progress, but true fulfillment comes only when one dares to step out and embrace their calling. Success without purpose is empty, but purpose-driven success leaves a lasting impact. The world does not need another copy. It needs individuals who boldly walk in their uniqueness, refusing to wait for perfect conditions, knowing that every step taken in faith unlocks new opportunities. The time to act is now. Destiny is waiting, and only those who move forward with courage will truly fulfill what they were created to do.